Good morning. Happy Sunday. I want to take a look at Euro USD today. We're going to go ahead. We're going to do the full multiple time frame analysis. And so I'm going to start on the higher time frame. I am using Smart Trader. You can go check them out at smarttrader.com. But we're going to look and see what's going on for Euro USD this week and what I'm waiting for. All right. So let me, as soon as my my computer want to act right. I am going through the monthly chart and I'm identifying my swing highs and swing lows. And if you don't know what that is, I strongly encourage you to go through the no cost mini course. I give you that and a couple other details about how I find setups in the market. And so I go through and I look for the swing highs, swing lows because they are high probability areas where price has the potential to reverse. And so they're kind of important. Key level, right? Oh boy. Key level. And so I've done the monthly and I've identified those key areas where price has a potential to reverse. Now I want to double check, make sure that I did what I'm supposed to do and that the system has picked up what I've done. And it did. However, I am not choosing this level as a swing high because we have a higher candle right here. At the end of the month, we'll know for sure if this new high will be considered a high if this candle stays low, right? So I'm going to turn this off. And then I only selected one level of smart support. And that's on par with what the system has. So I'm done on the monthly. I'm going to go down to the weekly and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find my highs and my lows. Oh, my computer. All right. And I'm just marking off those areas. I think I'm good. Let's just double check. Yep. I may have missed. Yeah, I did up here. Here's a high. All right. What am I looking for? Smart resistance. I'm like, wait, I drew a total blank. Okay, so we're good now. All right, so now I'm going to go down to the daily. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just finding my highs now because I don't technically have a low. So I'm going to get these highs out the way. We got one here. We got one here. We got one here. And we got one here. And another one. Well, when the market opens, the system will recognize this as a high. It probably won't right now. It probably won't. It won't. Because this is not closed. So let's see. Yeah, see, it's not picking it up yet. But when the market opens, this should be considered, this is a formation, swing high formation. All right. So now I'm going to go down to the 4 hour and I'm doing the same thing again, finding my highs and my lows. Now, let me tell you, when I first started trading, I just did, support and resistance as far as finding my entries and just trading from level to level. But at some point that stopped working and I couldn't really understand why. And I was trying to figure out what was going on. And it was the fib tool that kind of opened my eyes to what was happening and the sequence in the cycle. And once I got a hang of the fib tool, that changed the game for me. I do not want the yearly. So if you're wanting to learn how to incorporate fib into your trading, you should go to that mini course too. So now I'm going to get the fib, what we're talking about. This platform that I'm using has a smart fib tool. I love it because it takes the guesswork out of where to place it. And so I place it on the monthly just to get an idea where we are, what's going on. You'll see over the last year or so, we've been in an uptrend. But over the last 3 months, price started pushing to the downside. And in my mind, that's for a potential retracement, right? So I am going to, I just marked off the level on the monthly. On the weekly, we should be seeing the same thing. The level is going to be a little bit below the weekly level, but this is a pretty strong level. You got 2 levels of weekly support that price would have to break through in order for this to happen. But the higher time frame controls a lower time frame. And so ideally, my thought is that we're probably going to see price come back to this level here. It is very possible that we could see price travel even deeper. So I'm still going to mark this level off. And then if I look, my D extension is in line with my monthly resistance level at 114,926. So I am going to get rid of this fib. And then I'm going to go down to the daily. And I'm not too interested in the fib to the upside because let me see, on the lower time frame, we should have already hit a D extension. Or actually, no, this falls into the same zone. But this doesn't tell me, besides it still being active. Okay, so it does. The active fib right now is here. A low, B high. We had a 618 pullback, right? And so price didn't come and hit this 104,987. Remember, on the monthly, that is the 38.2 level. And so we didn't exactly hit it. So I could see potentially price coming back here before we start to make a move to the upside. But let's see. I also want to see I don't think I have enough information on the weekly. Yeah, I don't, to put a fib to the downside. But let's go back to the daily. I want to see where we fall in the sequence here. So we had an A high, B low. We had a less than 38.2 pullback. Price hit the D extension over here at the beginning of September. Then we started a new fib, A high, B low. And then we got a shallow retracement that formed daily resistance. And then now price looks as though it could be stalling out. I see the setup on this chart, the short-term setup on this chart. So let me mark off, because what I can see here based off of structure is we have a high on the X, and then we have a weekly support level. So my thought is I need to be preparing for buys. Does that mean that I'm going to enter the market for a buy right now? Absolutely not. I need confirmation before I get into that. And so what I will do is I'm going to set up my chart for a buy. Now, I already got a chart that's set up for the sale, right? Because this is not done, in my opinion, going to the downside. But would I get in for a sale? No, I would not. We're too low. Like, I want to sell at a higher price than right up on where I think price is going to stop at. So I am just setting up my charts based off of what I need to see in order to execute on a potential buy. So my thought is that we will likely see price come down to this weekly support and then start to see price make its way to the upside. Now, I believe that was the 38.2. Let me go put my fib back on because I didn't mark it off. I thought I had. Okay, so I was almost right. But if you look, if we break past this 4-hour level, I mean, my initial target, I would probably set like a twin trade on this opportunity. My initial target would be this 183. But looking at structure, TP2 could be at 187 and TP3 could be just before this daily resistance level of 1.0914. Now, that's a little bit of a stretch, but I definitely see 1 and 2 potentially happen. Now, to trade safely and conservatively, I would only take it to this 38.2 because price could react at that level and change directions. So I'm going to mark this off. And let's see. How many pips is this to the downside first? 150. I mean, if you want to take it, you could take it. Let's go ahead and look at what that looks like. But we could see price push down further if it does not find support at this 4-hour level. If it finds support at the 4-hour level, then I would just wait for price to form a low and have a bullish break to the upside. And then once it retraces, get in on that pullback and the backside retest of this trend line for the continuation to the upside. But my thought is that we very likely could see price come down to this weekly level, find support, and then start to move up. So I wouldn't necessarily hop in for a buy right now. But I strongly believe that we're probably going to see price drop to this weekly level. But I'm still setting on my charts as if it could move to the upside now, so that I know what I'm looking for. But if we do not find support at this 4-hour level, I can see price pushing down and then make our way to the upside. So assuming that it comes down to this 4-hour level, not 4-hour level, weekly level. So assuming that we find support somewhere in this range, I'm going to go based off the weekly level of support. That's 315 pips to the upside. The way I would play it would be setting my stop loss just before that D extension, because if it hits the D extension, then it invalidates the idea. And so this would be the potential setup. So you'd be risking, that's a little bit wider. I probably, well, to be safe, 75 pips in order to gain a potential 310 pips, we'll call it. So that's definitely 3 to 1. That's over 4 to 1 that I would be looking for on Euro USD. So that's my thoughts on Euro USD. I'm interested. How are you guys playing this? Did anybody get into when price pulled back? I think it was up here somewhere. Price pulled back. Did you get into the sale opportunity, or were you able to get a position on Friday into the potential sale? And what is your long-term game plan on Euro USD? So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I will be back sooner than you know. And if you like the way that I'm marking up the charts and you're like, hey, I want to figure out how to do this, make sure that you sign up to go to the no cost mini course. You can find the link in the video description. And then if you want to be amongst a group of like-minded traders, make sure that you click the link to join the Forex Facebook Mastermind group. All right. So I will see you guys on the next video. I hope that you have a phenomenal week, and we'll talk soon. Bye.